your time. My name is Dumiso Mbele, leading the Vodacom account in South Africa, and I'm joined today by Mr. Thamsanqa Majola, who is the Executive Head of Department, Brand and Communications at Vodacom South Africa. Hi, Tammy.
How's it, Dumiso?
Good. Thank you, and thank you for your time. So Dentsu is launching a white paper about sustainability, and as part of our efforts in creating a thought piece, we like to curate some opinions and positions from our client bases. We're very proud of our clients. We're proud to be partnering with them, least of all Vodafone and Vodacom. So thank you again for your time and looking forward to hear your responses to some of these questions.
Cool.
Cool, fantastic. So, Tommy, research tells us that companies are being held accountable for climate change, and this fact is particularly prevalent amongst Generation Z who buy on these kind of attributes. What would you say you're doing as a business to prevent climate change, to make a difference to the world of the future? And have you guys adopted any changes or put any sustainability measures in place that contribute towards halting climate change?
Yeah, I mean, Vodacom as a purpose-led brand will prioritize key pillars that speak to the sustainability conversation. And these for us cut across a number of pillars. One, which is digital inclusion for all, for everyone. Secondly, it is making sure we drive our sustainability project. And I think what's important in inclusion for all is including everyone, ensuring that we create a sustainable future. Our vision and our mission is to connect for a better future across all of our markets. But the planet pillar one is one that we are focusing on today, where we have set ourselves aggressive targets that we want to achieve in ensuring that our brand drives all of these initiatives in a very, very successful manner. I mean, we have a number of projects like e-waste projects, which are projects that are looking at ensuring that we encourage our customers to recycle their old devices, and really making sure that we fast track the adoption of trade-in deals where you can bring in your old device and we'll give you a discount on that basis. This helps to drive sustainability and ensuring that all of the electronics are recycled in a proper manner. And also these are then preventing increased carbon emissions and also driving the sustainability project. I mean, this is really coming across not only on the device point of view, but also in our retail touch points where we have halted the printing on of hard copy broadsheets, and we now have adopted the digital broadsheets, and making sure that our customers can access all of our deals in a very sustainable, eco-friendly way.
Amazing. Thank you for that, Tommy. And it's really heartening to hear that even in a brand that doesn't necessarily sell physical products, that you speak to both sort of the consumer side, where the devices being brought in from an e-waste point of view is actually the biggest scale point that you can make impact, considering our understanding of consumers and the role they play in sustainability, which I think is fantastic. And the printing one, I wasn't privy to that, being part of the team. And it's really great to hear that there's such great initiatives taken in that place. So congratulations. Next question, sir. If you were forced by government regulations to sort of declare the climate risks that might be sort of flagged preemptively, what kind of feeling would we have around that? And do you think Vodacom would be able to pass the muster on this?
Look, I think Vodacom continuously reports on sustainability. I mean, as part of our financial results, we've got a sustainability report that is signed by our group exco. So this is a very comprehensive piece of document that talks about what we're doing in measurable terms from a sustainability point of view. I mean, this is showcasing all of our initiatives that really drives sustainability. So disclosing and really being forced to account and open our books and see how far we are tracking with sustainability projects is something that we do very, very proudly. I mean, recently Vodacom has been rated an A- on leadership rating to really recognize our best practices on climate change leadership. So we are really willing, open to disclose all of our metrics on a monthly basis, and on an annual basis, which we track deliberately. We have moved away from not just giving substantive numbers. So we really report on substantive numbers from e-waste, from a electricity consumption, from water consumption, but also from projects that we are putting in money to ensure that we get climate change really something that becomes a topic that is measurable within our financial results and also audited by our auditors to make sure that we're not cooking the books in this report.
Fantastic. I can't wait for a time when King James 3 or version 4 will evolve within the South African corporate governance context to include topics like this, but congratulations for leading nonetheless.
Thanks.
So we've spoken about your business, we've spoken about the reporting, but now let's talk about sort of the industry and the broader business environment in South Africa. How would you say Vodacom's efforts stack up in bringing climate change back on to the broader agenda outside of your own business?
I think we all are feeling the effects of climate change, directly and indirectly. We're seeing weather patterns that are not regular, that really showcase that we've got a big challenge coming ahead. And I think from an ambition on Vodacom's point of view, our ambition is to reduce our climate impact positively by 50% in 2025. That's a really aggressive target that we put ourselves to do, and we are counting on it across all of our business pillars, like buildings. We're making sure that our buildings are eco-friendly. From our base stations and our network, we're investing in new technologies that ensure that we make our base stations to operate effectively, efficiently, but also in a carbon neutral basis. And the third part, is the retail spaces, which I spoke to you about in terms of how we're making sure that we're sustainable there. And I think from a network point of view, we've invested millions in our base stations and ensuring that we continue to create an eco-friendly platform and reduce our electricity consumption by powering all of our base stations as much as possible with batteries, and also finding new alternative eco-friendly sources of making sure that we use electricity very effectively. We want to do this continuously and drive the reduction of our carbon footprint. We've also made sure that in all of our base stations, the bounce back leg, as we've got with Eskom, right, is really something that does not consume as much on our batteries and also on the electricity. So that is why we're finding new alternatives. We all know when Eskom goes down and our base stations goes down, people think that it's just a Vodacom issue, but it actually is an electricity issue. And that's why we're putting so much money on alternative sources, on batteries, and on solar powered base stations. On the other front, from a recycling point of view, we've recycled over 573 tons of e-waste. And our ambition is to really drive this recycling project in a very sustainable manner, in a manner that's measurable, in a manner that's responsible, because we really want to achieve our ambition of reducing our electricity consumption by 50% in 2025. And if we look at our offices and our food stores and our footprints, year on year, last year we reduced our electricity consumption by 32%, right? And that is a result of really making sure that across all of our retail touch points, we achieve the ambition that we want to get by 2025 in ensuring that we reduce electricity consumption by 50%, thus really reducing our carbon footprint emissions by 50% in 2025. So we are making really measurable strides that are directly introducing the issue of sustainability onto the fore. There is no company or country that we go into partnership with that we don't look at these metrics, because these are all going to affect us in the near future.
That's great, and I'm filled with more and more pride as this interview continues, hearing the amazing work that you guys are doing on the bold ambitions and stating them to the market in terms of your electricity reduction ambitions. I think that's fantastic. So thank you again for that. So final question. We know that technology has a role to play in making a difference in moving humanity and the agenda of climate change and sustainability forward. We know that your brand has moved on to a further together brand articulation platform. And that is, built across a construct that speaks about technology combined with the human spirit, gives us a better future for all. Now, there's many ways that you guys are already making strides in doing this. And we've spoken about sort of the hard measures, both at a consumer and as well as a business side. Let's talk a little bit more on the technology part from an application point of view. We know that, for example, on-demand apps could potentially play a key role in creating awareness amongst consumers of sustainability and the part that they can play to prevent climate change through their day-to-day behavior. And you've spoken about e-waste, which is fantastic. Do you have any other plans to use technology in the future against sustainability goals and maybe in the technology and app sort of space?
I think the first one, I mean, we've got a lot of apps within our business. One of them, from an educational point of view, we've got eSchool, which is a platform and an app for people to access education for free. If you think about the challenges we've got in a public education system where there's textbooks distributions, sometimes it's a lag. Some of these are not done on time every time. So we really want to make sure that we bring in apps that really help people connect for a better future. Now, from a business point of view, Vodacom Business that is, we've got digital buildings, which is more applications that help businesses to really control their electricity and really navigate it. When people are not in the building, reduce as much as possible. And when they are, obviously optimize it so that people can work effectively. So that's just from a digital building, from a Vodacom business point of view. From a government and health sector point of view, we launched last year Virtual Doctor, which is a platform that helps people to actually consult with doctors in a less contact place or environment. So think about COVID. If you want to go to your doctor, you'll have to wait at the surgery reception until your doctor attends to you. With that possible contact with other people that are sickly, you could be transferring the virus further and also sadly affecting your doctor. So we created a platform where you can actually get consultations for free without leaving your home and then get a very qualified report from your doctor. So it's important for us that we continue building these apps that are very helpful in connecting for a better future and making sure that we take humanity further together. There are also other apps that we are developing. Obviously, some of them are still at infancy stage and we can't talk about them now because of the IP, but there's a lot of apps that we are bringing to the fore. There's one big one that we helped government last year with, which is an app that helps all of the public hospitals to manage their supply of their medication. Imagine if you go or any of your family members go to a public hospital and they queue there for half the day only to find that there's no supplies. Now, the app that we brought in is one that really helps track all of these life-saving medication and make sure that the people that are on chronic medication only come through to pick up their medication once it's supplied. So these are the types of apps that we're bringing onto the system and onto our customers, onto the various businesses to really connect for a better future and take South Africans further together.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Majola, and for these incredible insights and inspirational sound bites on the efforts that your business is making. I think between the two of us, we've made an incredible piece of content. I can see my business journalism career kicking off from this and looking forward to featuring you on MoneyWeb in the future when I'm anchoring that thing. But on a serious note, I think the efforts that your business is making across both your own operations, then your consumers in their day-to-day lives, and then in terms of the broader society, the efforts you're making using technology to assist in the sustainability agenda is multi-pronged and quite multi-dimensional, should I say. And we're really looking forward to your contribution to the broader Dentsu conversation, the white paper. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Take care. Thanks for being a great partner.